I really, really connected to John Belushi back then. John Belushi wasn't performing in the Improv. He was like from Second City.
Yeah.
There's this little room right next door to the Improv on 44th Street where we used to hang out and just do all these imitations. Me and him got pretty tight.
Good.
We used to do dueling Brandos that he eventually did on Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
He loved music. So
That's very, very important.
He loved music. I mean, you would almost think that he was more concerned with wanting to be the Blues Brothers than he was. He just absolutely was all about, like, how am I going to turn myself into a musician? My production company is called Underground Famous, because that's
Underground Famous.
I'm not famous, but if I walked around in the street, people would always stop me and talk about the Back Cave.
Do people recognize you now?
Yeah, sure. Because the Back Cave doesn't exist anymore, and I'm always talking about, like, what great times people had there. It was really like the Pee-wee's Playhouse of music.
Okay. Gary, tell us how you connected with the Hollywood thing. Not the specifics, of course, but that's a very tricky thing to do. You have to have a lot of talent, and I'm not being patronizing here, okay? It's like a little fun we have over here. You know, I'm the star of Hunchy's World, and when I walk in, the talent takes over and tells me what to do, okay? Right. So how did you connect that?
Somebody told us, my wife and I, Isabel, to send a picture in to try and do extra work in this movie that they were going to shoot in Woodstock. Because in this movie, Jane Fonda plays a hippie mother of Catherine Keener. So this was a big to-do in Woodstock. So we said, what the hell, we'll send our picture. And then we got a phone call and said, we want to use you in the movie as extras. So we were so happy about that. That was going to be wonderful for us.
Yeah.
It's about a guy that's, you know, like a Hudson Valley local player. That's what it's about. Catherine Keener falls in love with him. Anyway, so Bruce Beresford, the director, who's a wonderful director, who did Driving Miss Daisy and Breaker Morant. I mean, this guy's a good director.
Breaker Morant, one of the greatest movies, I think, one of the greatest movies ever made, by the way.
He kept on picking me and my wife out of the crowd. And, you know, we'd be in a crowd of like, I don't know, 200 people and say, no, wait a minute, we want you to walk down this path right in front of Catherine Keener and then make a left. He just kept on picking us out. You know, which was wonderful. I mean, what do you have to do? All you have to do is walk. I mean, the guy says to me, like, I really like your work. And I said, well, I've been walking for a long time. I mean, once you're there, I kept on thinking to myself, you know, I have my CD. I ought to really use this opportunity to give it to him. So every day would go by, we'd do more extra work. I'd chicken out. But then